So
But
let's
yeah.
say like someone has like a 155 on the LSAT and they're not very happy with that score. And then they get,
Mhm.
I don't even know the specifics. I know the GRE keeps changing their scales, but let's say
Right.
someone gets a 155 on the LSAT and then they get a 95th percentile score on the GRE. How will law schools consider that LSAT score, given that maybe U.S. News rankings are going to still show that LSAT score for their accepted students, for their
That's
matriculating students?
actually a good question, and maybe you know the latest, greatest U.S. News methodology better than I do. Are they still required to report LSAT scores when people are applying with GREs?
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with all the changes.
I know.
My understanding is that they still are required to report the highest LSAT score of their
LSAT
matriculated
score.
students to the American Bar
Yeah.
Association, and then
Right.
U.S. News takes it from there. And so I would
Yeah.
worry about someone who'd already taken the LSAT, then taking the GRE, but the
Yeah.
LSAT score is still like a scarlet letter or something where they have to
Right.
maybe wait a few years.
That might be. I suspect that policy will probably change over time,
Yeah.
right? And U.S. News had to adapt to other changes as well. Remember back in the days when schools didn't have to report data for part-time
Mm-hmm.
admissions for part-time programs, and so it was part-time programs were kind of a nice backdoor into the JD programs because they tended to be a little looser with the admissions standards, and so U.S. News after some period of time sort of figured out what was happening, and now schools have to report both full-time and part-time, and it's possible that U.S. News will also adapt to this new environment and they'll start tracking GRE scores or, yeah. But to your point, I think you're right. I think if schools are seeing both scores, and certainly if they still have to report the LSAT score, then you have some of the same issues that apply even if you have just an LSAT score, which is to the extent that you hurt their rankings, that's a problem. That's an issue.
Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.